So let's talk about top 5 jets you should grind in 2025. Basically 5 jets that are so good and so fun that you need to have it in your priority list for your grind, okay? We're gonna start with an honorable mention over here. The Su27 SM has pretty good range, you know, in the terms of with the R27ER. It has the R27 ETs, 12 missiles. The R77 can be used in the shorter ranges. R73s are pretty good in the IR, short ranges. The radar is a little bit problematic, but with the buff in the engine department and the turning capability department in the last 2 patches that we had, it makes the Su27 a worth to grind aircraft as well. But I really wanted to keep it on a top 5 kind of situation. That's why I didn't add it yet. And of course, remember, I'm talking about in each specific, you know, BRs and stuff. I'm talking about the aircraft in the BR that they are, right? It doesn't matter if they're 13.0, 13.7, 14.0. I'm talking about the BR that the aircraft are. I'm not talking about the best on the terms of which of these are the best aircraft, okay? So sometimes people have a little bit of a misconception with these type of list, okay? So in the 5th position, I have to talk about the Mirage 2000 CS5. This aircraft is pretty interesting. Why? Because it is a 4th generation that has pretty good IR missiles, a very good radar, amazing performance for the BR that it is. It's a 12.3 aircraft. It is going to face Su-17s. It is going to face MiG-23s. It is going to face F4Es, F4Js, F4Ss. I mean, you are in a Mirage 2000, an aircraft that can do dogfights very well against the MiG-29s, F-16s, Su-27s, F-15s and stuff, and it is on a BR range that it's lower than most of these 4th generations, meaning that it will face a lot of 3rd generation jets, meaning that although it doesn't have a lot of missiles and stuff, just with the Magic 2, it's almost 2 guaranteed kills. The Super 530D can be a very good missile in the short ranges, medium ranges maybe depending on situation, but normally short ranges. And the dogfighting capability of this aircraft is pretty amazing for the BR that it is. So it's a very easy aircraft and very fun aircraft for you to fly. So yeah, a 12.3 4th generation jet like the Mirage 2000, I mean, it's just crazy. So you should probably grind this thing, put a talisman on it, at least if it remains with the 12.3 BR, okay? In 4th position, we have to talk about the Strike Eagles. Of course, the INE F-15s. These aircraft, they have a kind of a specific way of flying, okay? It's an aircraft that, although it does turn very well, there are better aircraft in turning capability here and there. The major thing here is that it has an incredible engine that can do whatever you want, the best thrust to weight normally in the game. So the thing is, if you use it as an interceptor, it's pretty much the best aircraft in the game. So it's amazing for you to grind. It is a very fun aircraft. Has a little bit of a learning curve because it is heavier than even the normal F-15s, right? So you gotta be careful in the dogfight department sometimes, depending on what you are fighting. But apart from that, if you use it correctly, you can get a lot of kills with this thing. Very easy aircraft for both the US and the Israelis. There's no reason why to get the F-15C instead of these two. Just get it. It's just amazing. Very fun aircraft, amazing radar. It's just a very cool aircraft. And the plus on it is that it has the best, you know, air-to-ground capabilities of probably most of the aircraft that we are going to compare and talk about in these BRs, right? So it's an amazing multi-role aircraft in the terms that it can attack ground targets easily, you know. So it is just really amazing. Really an aircraft that you should get it. In 3rd position, guys, I have to talk about the J-10, because the J-10 is basically the cheap Eurofighter. It's the Eurofighter that most of us can actually get with a lot less effort than the Eurofighter itself, right? So it's an aircraft that it's very close to the Eurofighter, to the RAAL in performance, but it's easy to get. So it's an aircraft that, of course, it will not have maybe the IASA radar of the RAAL, it will not have the amount of missiles, maybe it's a worse IR missile, The PL12 may be worse or better in certain situations, but overall you can only take 6 of them. So, I mean, although most of the aircraft will only take 6 of them anyway, right, of these Fox 3s. But in a general sense, guys, the J10 is that aircraft that it's very easy to get. It's not at the end of the line, so the grind is a little bit better. And, of course, it is still having an enormous amount of performance using the Delta design with canards, an amazing engine, the engine from the Su27s. And the radar is good enough. It's very similar to the Zook radar of the MiG-29 in the feeling department. That it's a very, very good radar. It can turn 85 degrees to the side. It's a fast enough radar, so it's just very good. And the missiles, the PL12s are pretty good. They are really, really good missiles. So the J10 is still my top 3 for me in the fun department, easy department to fly. It's just a very, very good aircraft for you to grind. So in the Chinese line, for sure, the aircraft to go to fly, in my opinion. Even if it's before the Mirage, forget about the Mirage. This thing is amazing. It really is fun. In the second position, and in the first, you're gonna probably guess what it is. The second, the RAAL. The RAAL, the Dassault RAAL needs to be here. It is amazing. It is just a pretty good aircraft. I only put in this aircraft in second place because the Eurofighter, that's going to be the first one, kind of a spoiler here, is in more tech trees. But the RAAL, although it is a little bit slower than the Eurofighter, it can turn a little bit better. So it's kind of a choice. The RAAL is amazing in the short range department. Mikas are amazing. The Magic 2 is amazing. The radar is probably the best radar you can have in the game, and it's just an amazing aircraft. And it's slower than the Eurofighter, but not by much, and it's still better than 99% of the aircraft in the game. So the RAAL is amazing. You have to get the RAAL in 2025 because it's such an amazing aircraft. But I have to put the Eurofighter in first because of 2 reasons. The first one I already talked about. And so in the top 1, Eurofighter, because it is in more tech trees, especially in the German and British tech trees, which I am pretty sure that a lot more people grind the German, for example, tech tree than the French one. So the Eurofighter, for most people, will be an easier option because they probably already have something in the German tech tree, right? Or in the British tech tree or something like that. So it's a lot easier to get to the Eurofighter. So it's a must buy because of that, the must grind, right? And another thing is that I think the ability of the Eurofighter to maintain energy better than the RAAL, even if it's just by a little bit, makes it up for being an easier aircraft for use to use in a dogfight, in general maneuvers and stuff in a battle. All right, the major thing here is that the radar is a lot worse than the RAAL's one. The Captor is a normal mechanically scanned array radar, so you gotta be careful with that. But oh, sorry, hit the mic. But everything with that, the performance, the missiles, the M120s are amazing. Probably the best missile in the game right now in terms of BVR. It has the A9Ms, which are great. So it's just a great aircraft. And overall, for the average player, the Eurofighter is the top one go-to that you should grind in 2025. Easy to fly, can get aces like every single match if you're good enough. The radar, you can bypass it and use it anyway. It's a worse radar than some of the others that we have in the game, but it's still pretty good. And the missiles are amazing, the performance is amazing, the cannon is amazing, everything on the Eurofighter is amazing. So yeah, and the RAAL is just shortly afterwards, just because it is in last tech trees mainly. Okay, so basically this is it, guys. Let me know in the comments what is your favorite 5 aircraft that you think that others should grind in 2025 to have a good time. Let me know in the comments. See you guys on the next one. Make sure to subscribe and click the like button, always helps a lot. Love you all, and see you guys on the next one. Bye.